All right, what's going on, guys? Today I want to talk to you about the five hormones every man must master. But before I do that, I want to personally say thank you. Thank you for clicking on this video, but more importantly, thank you for taking that first step in your health, guys. This is a big deal, so congratulations. I want to talk to you about how to fix your energy, your muscle, and your mindset without guessing. At the end of this presentation, I'm going to offer a free online diagnostic tool that lets you know if testosterone therapy is right for you and how to optimize it safely. A lot of guys are very curious about testosterone, so I really want to give you guys this free tool. It's something that I give to every guy in my clinic, but we'll talk about that later. Let's get started on this presentation. I want to keep you here about 15 to 20 minutes, so if I can stay in that range, great. If not, we may have to make a part two, but my goal is to keep this to one presentation. Let's get started, y'all. Okay, quick question, guys. Do you ever feel like you're slowing down? When I mean slowing down, I'm talking about a low drive, meaning a low sex drive, low mental drive. You just don't feel like going to get or going to grab some of those things you used to. Physically, guys will also notice that belly fat. I'm talking about that stubborn belly fat. No matter how much you work out, no matter what you eat, it just will not go anywhere. Meaning that when you look down, that belly keep getting longer and longer and longer. And ain't nobody got time for that. Some guys will even come to me saying, "Hey, Chris, I feel like I'm not as sharp as I used to be. It takes me a little bit longer to figure things out, or I feel more frustrated." A lot of times, that's a signal for brain fog. The one thing that I want to go ahead and confirm to you guys and let you guys know that you're not crazy. You're not lazy, and it's not a normal part of aging. A lot of guys, a lot of doctors, a lot of people go to their doctor, and the doctor tell them, "Hey, everything's normal. This is just aging. Just get used to it." I want to tell you that it's actually a chemical imbalance, meaning your hormones aren't balanced, and that's what I want to talk to you about today. So, if you're feeling any of these symptoms, low drive, belly fat, brain fog, I want to tell you exactly what's going on inside your body, guys. So let's keep this going. Okay, my promise to you, in the next 15 to 18 minutes, remember I gave myself 3 minutes curve time, you'll learn why your symptoms aren't just random. You're gonna learn the five hormone switches that control all of the results that I know you really crave, and you're gonna learn how to fix them. This is very, very simple, guys. And remember, at the end, I'm gonna give you the free online diagnostic tool for testosterone. This is my promise to you. Let's keep it going. Let's keep it rocking and rolling. I don't want to have any technical difficulties. So, first of all, you may be asking yourself, who am I? My name is Chris Caldwell. I am a men's health practitioner. I'm located in the state of Georgia, just in case you want to know, but I'm originally from Louisiana. Don't get it twisted. I'm the founder of Manna Health Clinic and Manna Health Channel, guys. So you probably know that this is Manna Health Channel if you found this video. So I am the founder of both those things. I help guys stop guessing. When I say stop guessing, I mean I don't want guys to have to guess about what's going on inside of their bodies, specifically when it comes to hormones, and also teach guys how to optimize. I'm not one of those guys who just settle for normal. If we can optimize things safely, that's my goal for you. My goal is to help you become the best version of yourself while mastering the four pillars of health: mental, physical, spiritual, and sexual health. That's my goal. So let me be real with you guys. I've been where you are, if not even worse. I work night shifts at a hospital about 48 to 68 hours every single week, y'all, straight graveyard, 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. So if you're one of those people who actually work there, leave it in the comment section, graveyard shifts. I have a wife and 3 kids, so you already know what comes with that. No sleep. So I basically, and I'm one of those dads and one of those husbands who try to maximize myself by doing a whole lot. So the reason why mental health became anything was, I'll be honest with you, my wife was basically telling me, "Hey, Chris, you're driving yourself real hard." Even though I was a practitioner, she said, "Why don't you get some blood work done by somebody else so that I can know that everything is going well for you?" So I did what I thought I should do. I went and got all my blood work done, everything I could think of: testosterone, cortisol, insulin levels, thyroid. I got everything checked just so I could just show her, "Hey, everything's good. Get out of my face." She can't hear me say that, but I wanted to give her the blood work so she can get out of my face. I was actually shocked by what I saw. I went into another doctor's office, didn't tell him I was a provider. He did all the blood work. I looked and saw that my testosterone, I'll be quite transparent with you guys, was like 192. Basically, I had the testosterone of a guy who was about 68. And at that time, I was about 30 years old. My testosterone was tanked. My cortisol was through the roof. Life was basically whooping my butt, guys. And I was shocked at exactly what the blood work said. And I was even more shocked by what the doctor told me next. Basically, the doctor just told me, hey, sleep more. You're just getting older, my guy. So, and just handed me the paper back and handed me a bill for $455. So I was totally shocked, first of all, that he just handed me a paper. And secondly, that it was $455. I would never forget those numbers. But that kind of started me on this journey saying, hey, if this blood work is abnormal, and I know that testosterone is the hormone that makes a man, we got a problem here. Like, we got a real serious problem. He didn't address my problem. So I took it on myself to say, hey, if I'm somewhat educated and I know that this is really affecting me, maybe I need to kind of start something to help guys become educated on their blood work so that they can know exactly what's going on with them and how to correct it naturally. If they can't do it naturally, maybe I could be the guy who can help them medically. So that's how Man and Health got started. Long story short, that's how I got everything started. Okay, so there's two ways to look at this, guys. There's an old way, which again, I'm not pointing any fingers at you guys because I was that guy. I was the guy who was basically guessing everything based off symptoms. When I say guessing everything based off symptoms, meaning if I'm tired, I'll take more melatonin. If I need more energy, I'll take more caffeine. If I don't feel good, I'll just do this. You're basically treating yourself based off of the symptoms that you feel. And I was one of those people who was just burned out, meaning that my answer to everything was to go harder. So if you're one of those people who like to just feel like you could just go harder and just figure it out, you are stuck in the old way. And I did not want to become one of those people who started TRT, which is testosterone replacement therapy, too early. I wanted to be more natural with it at first. I wanted to make sure that, see if I could correct the things and then see exactly what could do. So the old way is most people do guesswork based off of symptoms. Some guys start TRT way too early, or they started without being educated. And some guys just try to push their way through it and they burn out their motivation. The new way of doing this which is something that I teach and something that I do for myself, is I like to test smart. When I say test smart, that means get the proper blood work done and know exactly what these numbers are. I want to make sure that I balance all 5 hormones that we're going to talk about, and we're definitely about to get to those hormones. And I want to make sure that I build a strong hormonal game plan, a game plan that I can really say, hey, this is what I want to do. This is what I want to achieve. My goal for you is to take you from the old way to the new way. So let's talk about it. Okay, so let's get to these hormones because I know you guys been itching saying, okay, is he fit to get to the hormones? Let's get to the hormone. Hormone number 1 is a hormone that every guy knows about. This is your testosterone, guys. A lot of guys know about testosterone, and I like to tell guys it's your gas pedal. It drives your strength, your confidence, and your performance. If it's low, you're going to feel terrible. You're going to feel flat, foggy, and frustrated. You want to make sure it doesn't get too high, but a sweet optimized number for this is anywhere between 600 and 900 for your total testosterone. But if you've been watching any of my videos, you already know what I'm going to say. Total testosterone is not the only number. It's actually one of those numbers that I say is not as important as some guys think it is. You actually want to focus more on your free testosterone. Your free testosterone is the amount of testosterone that your body can actually use. It's the amount of testosterone that's actually unbound, meaning it gets to the muscles so that you can actually use it. A good number for your free testosterone is anywhere between 2% and 10% of your total testosterone. Example would be if your total testosterone is 1,000, you will want your free testosterone to be anywhere between 2% and 10%. So anywhere between 20 and 100. And yes, guys, you can get 10% of your total testosterone. Don't let anyone tell you anything different. So testosterone is the king hormone. It's your gas pedal. It helps drive your strength, confidence, and performance. So you definitely need to master your testosterone. Hormone number two is thyroid. I tell everybody your thyroid is your metabolic thermostat. It helps control your energy. It helps control your metabolism. It helps control your core temperature inside your body. It helps control your mental clarity. Thyroid is very important for your mental clarity. If it's too low, you feel slow, cold, and stuck. If it gets too high, you feel like you're burnt out and you feel like you're always on anxious mode. So yes, guys, thyroid is something that needs to be checked. The key thing that you want to check for your thyroid is a TSH, a thyroid stimulating hormone, guys. You want to make sure that you keep that number anywhere between 0.5 and 2.5. A lot of times that's a very low or very tight window. So you want to make sure that you're working with a provider who actually knows what he's doing. If it gets anywhere between 5 and 10, you're starting to get into those thyroid issues. And no matter what you do for your testosterone, if you don't have your thyroid corrected, it doesn't make any sense. So you want to make sure that you get testosterone and thyroid, and think of thyroid as your metabolic thermostat. Number three. Number three is a hormone that I see fluctuate a lot, depending, especially for us guys. Your cortisol is your stress hormone, guys. It's your fire alarm. It lets you know when things are starting to get a little bit wild in your life. And a lot of guys don't know exactly how to test it. The best way to check cortisol is blood work, not no saliva, but I'm a big fan of blood work. And you want to keep your cortisol level anywhere between 10 and 20. But what I tell guys is when it comes to your cortisol level, do not stress about your cortisol level, because cortisol is the stress hormone. So it fluctuates depending on what's going on in your life. I like to check a cortisol level if a guy tells me, hey, I'm continuing to have a lot of stress in my life, or if his testosterone, his thyroid is normal, and he's still telling me I feel anxious, I feel burnt out, I feel like I'm overthinking. I'll get a cortisol level to know exactly what's going on. I tell guys, if your cortisol is stuck on, your belly is going to grow. People don't understand when stress is high, your belly gets in defense mode. And when it gets in defense mode, it's going to help pack on fat. From back in the day when we had to survive, life was a little bit tough. More fat meant more survival. So if your stress is high, your cortisol is going to be high. You're going to pack on fat, especially in the areas that you do not want to pack it on. And we're talking about your belly, guys. And eventually your energy will crash. So we have up to 3 hormones: testosterone, thyroid, cortisol. You got to make sure that you get all those 3 so far balanced. Number 4 is your insulin. A lot of guys don't know that you need to get a fasting insulin level done. I tell guys, it is like your nutrition traffic cop, or it's like the security guard at the door. And I'm going to explain that in a few seconds. When you have high insulin, you have stubborn fat, you have cravings, and you have no energy control. Well, the reason why I say that insulin is like the security cop at the door, when insulin is there and your levels are high, insulin just lets everybody into the club. When everybody gets into the club, guess what happens? The club gets way too packed. And I tell guys, think about that as your fat, meaning when your insulin levels are high, all the fat goes into the cells. I know this is not a technical way of thinking, but it's a way of making it easier for you to understand. When those levels go up high, guess what? Your fat tends to go up high. So you want to keep your insulin levels dialed in. A lot of times I tell guys the insulin level depends on the guy, but I like to tell guys to keep it between 5 and you want to keep the insulin, you want to make sure your insulin levels don't go above 7. A good level is 5, but you want to make sure that those fasting insulin levels don't get above 7, because once they get above 7, you're putting yourself in pre-diabetes category, and you do not want to be there. So we have testosterone, thyroid, cortisol, insulin. You want to make sure that you're, keeping up with all 5 of these. Number 5 is estradiol. Yes, guys, estradiol means estrogen. And as a man, yes, guys, we need estrogen. I cannot tell you How often I see guys come in and they had a friend who told them that their estrogen is way too high, and they start crushing and destroying their estrogen. You should never do that. Estrogen is your hormone balance fluid. It makes sure that testosterone stays balanced. It makes sure everything stays balanced inside your body. If your estradiol levels gets too high, you become moody and you will develop man boobs. And a lot of times guys will notice sexual dysfunction. If it gets too low, you will have no sex drive and you will have joint pain. There is a tight window for estradiol. You want to keep your estradiol anywhere between 15 and 45. If you have not noticed yet, guys, you're starting to see the importance of getting blood work done. You should be getting blood work done at least once a year. And if you're on any type of supplements that affect your hormones, at least twice a year. I tell guys to get a January and a July schedule. Wintertime, summertime schedule to get your blood work done and to work with a provider who knows how to keep these things balanced. So you have 5 hormones, guys. Testosterone, which is the king hormone because it's the first thing most guys need. Then you have your thyroid, which is your metabolic command center. Then you have your cortisol, which is your stress hormone. Then you have your insulin, which is the fat bodyguard. And then you have your estradiol to keep everything balanced and for joint protection. A lot of guys don't know if your estrogen is way too low, you will have no sex drive and you will not be able to perform where it matters. And I'm talking about in the bedroom, guys. Okay, so let me kind of even stress it even more of why it's important to get blood work. If you have low energy, guys, just say you're fatigued, you could have cortisol problems, you can have insulin problems, you can have testosterone problems, you can have your thyroid could be messed up. If you have belly fat, it could be estrogen with water retention. It could be insulin problems. It could be thyroid problems. If you have no drive, it could be any of these. You kind of can see why I say you can't just focus on testosterone and think that that's going to fix all your problems. You can't just focus on cortisol. You have to test all 5 of these hormones to know exactly what's going on. You have to play a balancing game and balance all these things to make sure that one is not going high, one is not going low. You have to test. Testing matters, guys. We got to make sure that we test it. That's the only way to know exactly what's going on inside of your body. So what I want you to do from now on, I want you to think of your hormones like a dashboard, like the dashboard of your car. If you would not drive with a warning light flashing on your car, don't do the same thing when it comes to your body. You don't want to get some blood work done and see that one of your levels are extremely high and just ignore it. It's not going to get better on its own. You need to actually get the blood work done, check the labs, make sure everything is good so that you can know exactly what's going on inside of your body. You need to check those 5 hormones, guys, to know exactly what's going on, especially if you're having any symptoms like low drive, low energy, belly fat, ED issues. Don't just go grab tadalafil, which is Cialis. Don't just go get on ED meds. Get your blood work done, man. It's simple, man. So the game plan that I have for you guys is 3 steps, and it's very simple. Step 1, score yourself. That's why I came up with the free testosterone optimization scorecard. That's the free online diagnostic tool that I promise you guys. You can actually get that in the link down below. You just go in. It takes about 5 minutes. 5 minutes to get a personalized score. This is not just a survey. This gives you personalized scores and gives you an actual percentage on if you need testosterone optimization, not testosterone therapy, which some guys may need, and I have no problem with TRT. Trust me, guys, I have no problem with TRT. It's something that I do myself because I need to do it. But again, this will let you know exactly what your score is and how to optimize that score when it comes to your testosterone. The next thing you need to do is get blood work done. You need to find a provider who can give you the blood work you need. I will actually give you a PDF that'll let you know exactly what lab markers to ask for and exactly what the score should be for each one of them. I couldn't put that in this presentation because I didn't want this presentation to be 45 minutes to an hour long because I don't do well sitting still. Step number 3 is you need to build a strategy with all 5 hormones in mind. Once you get your blood work done, first of all, once you've done your scorecard, that'll let you know about the testosterone. Once you actually get your blood work done, that'll let you know exactly what labs are off, and then you need to help build a strategy with a provider. If you don't have a provider, I can definitely help you with that, give you a personalized plan. But you need to build a strategy either with me or with a provider. You need to build that strategy. Okay, so what do I do each week to help guys? Every video I post helps you understand your labs. If you've actually paid attention to the channel, you'll notice that I post videos about lab work, talking about testosterone, estradiol, cortisol, all five of these hormones I have made videos about. I help you avoid bad advice. That's my goal. Meaning, if you're talking to somebody in the gym and they're out here just giving you a lot of information, I want to make sure that you can actually filter good information from bad advice. That's my only goal, is to educate you guys so that you can have something in your back pocket to kind of pull out and say, hey, I heard this from this guy. In fact, check me too. Hey, I'm somebody who's always researching and always trying to stay on top of everything. So my goal is to help you avoid bad advice. And third, and I want you to take control of your health like a man. My problem is that a lot of guys, I get frustrated when I see a lot of guys. When I ask them, when was the last time you got blood work? I don't know. What does this medication do? I don't know. So basically, you're putting control of your health in another person's hands, meaning you're just saying, hey, doc, you do it, or you're ignoring your health. Guys, we got to build a health legacy, guys. So my job is I post videos all the time. So please subscribe to the channel that you're watching right now. And I help guys avoid bad advice by giving you guys all kind of free resources, including the online assessment. So if this is something that you definitely are liking, guys, just like the video. It definitely just helps me, man. It helps me know that I'm doing the right thing for guys out there. So real talk. We got to wake up, guys. Most men don't act until it's too late. We like to be driven by symptoms. If you remember the old way of doing things, we like to feel a certain way, then try to fix it. I want guys to become proactive, not reactive, guys. We need to become more proactive with our health. This is your chance to take the lead. You want to actually get ahead of your hormones before they start declining or before they start getting too high. This is your opportunity to optimize right now, guys. You could definitely do that. So I want you to take the lead, and I want you to take back control of your own health. So I want to leave you with two quotes, man. You don't fix what you do not measure. You have to measure this, guys. You got to actually be able to take a look at a piece of paper and see if you see any red marks on that paper, which means that it's out of range. And you want to actually talk to somebody about this blood work to know what's going on inside of your body. Lastly, I want you to understand it's your job to build a health legacy. I am a kingdom ambassador, so I truly believe that men are the foundation and the foundation of their household, meaning it is our responsibility to build, meaning it's our job to be the person in our household who starts to build a health legacy. If your father did not do it, if your grandfather didn't build a health legacy, it's on you to build a health legacy. And it starts with getting some blood work done and making sure that you are doing the best thing, doing the best that you can do. Okay, so remember, old you versus optimize you. The old you was tired, low drive, frustrated. I'm going to add to, he was unknowledgeable, meaning he did not know what was going on. The new you is going to be focused, confident, and recharging. He's going to take back health, his own health. He's going to start building a health legacy. So I want to see the optimize you from this step forward, not the old you, the optimize you. That's what we want to see. So I want you to think about your body as a dashboard. I want you to think about when you get your blood work done and you see that your testosterone is low, or if you see your cortisol is high, or if you see that your estrogen is off balance, I want you to say, okay, something is going on here, just like we do with our car. I need to fix it. You no longer need to drive blind. You need to actually say, okay, a warning light is flashing. I need to correct this now. Okay. If this is hitting home, I want you to comment Fab5 in the comments below, or I want you to hit that subscribe button. It helps me grow. It lets me know that you're paying me with your attention, which is more important than any dollar sign right now. And you're not watching this by accident. You know that, hey, something's going on. You clicked on my video. If you made it this far, something is hitting home. So I want you to comment Fab5 if you feeling me, or hit the subscribe button if you're like, hey, my guy, You're not perfect. Your words may be slurring a little bit, but you'll feel it in my heart that I'm trying to come from an honest place. So hit subscribe for me. Okay, so subscribe now. Join thousands of men reclaiming their strength, their health. They're already doing it. The channel is growing. My clinic has been grown, but definitely subscribe now so that I can try to get this word out to more guys than the guys that are just in Georgia. I'm going to continue to post weekly videos, clinical strategy, and real results for real men. So what I want you to do is I want you to take the free scorecard below. I put it in the description below. So definitely check that out. And it's 100% free. You're not going to have to pay for anything. And it'll give you a online assessment report to it's a PDF that you can actually read that lets you know exactly how to improve your testosterone levels. I may even include my free ebook, 100% free, and it tells you about testosterone therapy. You may get that. I may just put that in there just because I really want to help guys out. Okay, final words. And I know I just said it 2 minutes ago, but my final words is I want you to build your wealth. I want you to guard your health. I want you to become the man of health. Don't laugh, man. I wrote that. So, yes, I want you to build your wealth, guard your health, become the man of health. You could do that, guys. And I want to thank you for taking the time out, guys. And it was definitely an honor to stand here in front of you. This is one of my first times doing a presentation like this. I'm usually talking to guys one-on-one, but I truly believe the only way to grow through God and through God's kingdom is to take your gift and to give it to those free. So I definitely hope this helps you guys. I am appreciate it, man. Hit subscribe. I'm not gonna hold you here too much longer. Definitely check it out, guys. Check out the related video down below where I go into more detail about another men's health topic. As always, guys, I'm Chris from Man Health Channel. Let's get started on that next video now.